Bah, bah. Nah. Well, here it is. Movie of the year. Inception. Well, you think it's a real cerebral movie, which it really is, but there's a lot of shooting and a lot of action that keeps you sucked into this movie.
It's called Inception.
It's very geniusly done. Chris Nolan wrote and directed this movie. I thought it was, the actors were great for this film, that they couldn't find the best actors who could play their roles to perfection. It was perfect. You had everybody structured and they explained the dream sequence to where it wouldn't leave you behind. In this movie, they want to do what they're called Inception, which is a dream within a dream within a dream, where they have to get this guy to change his mind, to make it look like it's his own idea to change his mind by manipulating his mind. And this is called Inception. And so they set out on this task to take this rich guy who's getting ready to inherit his father's company, and they have to go inside his mind and convince him that when he comes out that he should do his own thing and have it be his own idea, not knowing that they went in and planted all these ideas in his head. And it's very interesting how this movie turns out. But overall, the problems I had with Inception is the fact that
what's happening?
Inception, for some reason, seemed to capture
You're still looking at us.
too much action. It's just too much action. As far as like guns, like people are standing right over each other with machine guns going off and nobody's getting shot. It's like, it's a little bit too much. I'm like, nobody shot? You got a van and everybody's asleep, and these guys are not professional marksmen, and here are these guys who are trained and they're shooting up a van and they can't hit the driver with all those rounds going off. It was a little bit too much of that. And so that's probably the only thing I could find in this movie that would be just a ride. But I actually wrote this movie before, so great minds think alike. Mine was similar. It was about a guy who watched too many movies and became stuck in real life, and like he was in character, and he could only recite like pretty much phrases from movies, and he had a hard time grasping reality as far as getting a part of the world. He looked at the world differently. He really looked at it as a movie. Then he had another guy comes in who suffered the same thing, who mastered and pulled himself out of it mentally, goes into his world to bring him out. So it's kind of similar. I wrote it back in 2001. So I still got it copywritten, but because of Inception, I can't put that one out, or I had that script out there. So they're gonna be, you Inceptions? This is Inception, a crappy version of Inception. So, that's why that movie turned out to be on the shelf. But I got that copy written, so you steal it, I'll sue you. But man, it's just some of the characters though. This girl, she was just really annoying. Not the wife, but the girl that they were training to be the architect. She was just, anything you tell her not to do, she was doing it. You tell her don't do this, she is definitely going in. And she was annoying to me, because I like structure. But other than that, I would say definitely the special effects was amazing. I haven't even seen some of the special effects done before that was that was shot in this movie. Especially the hotel scenes were pretty interesting when they're floating in air and they're fighting and going back and forth. There's a couple of funny parts in the movie, but not many to make it cheesy. I just think they had an excellent concept. It's an excellent idea of how they're going into dreams and dream after dream after dream, all in one dream, and it's not that complicated as it sounds. The way they make it look pretty much easy, but then difficult. So it's just a thrill ride. And if you're not going when the screen cut off and then they go to the credits, then you definitely wasn't into this movie. If you're not watching that top spin and going when it cuts off, it's like, oh, you weren't into this movie.